sell things. But more important from our point of view in this course is if you want an earring, you need to keep the weight down, and we can use Jewelcraft add-on to actually determine the weight of an object. So this is the pendant that you'll create, and you'll also create an earring version of it. What this shows you is the weight in silver is 5.67 grams, and we'll also check the weight in silver for the earring, which is the same basic shape as this, just thinner, and you can compare the two. So we'll show you how to calculate the weight of an object. Then we'll show you how you can create your own simple 3D parametric smart objects, and we're going to show you a couple of different ways of doing that. And the first one is by using a JPEG or a PNG image. So what we've got on here is this is a parametric smart object that you'll create in this course. It's actually called a Wiccan time symbol, and it's basically created by having an image like this one here, putting it's actually hidden behind this shape, not down in the corner here. You hide it behind this shape and literally just put objects on top of it and join them all up, and you can then create your 3D parametric smart objects, which you can save in the asset library, and we'll show you how to do that. And then we'll go on to create a simple 2D parametric smart object, and we're going to show you how you can create this dove. And again, essentially behind the dove is a picture of it, and we will draw around the picture of it and create a 2D smart object. So the one I've just shown you previously, the Wiccan time one, is a 3D smart object. The dove we're going to create as a 2D smart object by literally just drawing around an image in the background. Now there is a more sophisticated and to be honest, a better way of doing it than drawing it yourself, and that is that there's an application called Inkscape, and we'll show you how you can take your JPEG image. So we start off with an image of a dove. You can import it into Inkscape, and Inkscape will change it from a picture to a curve. This is a curve. And then when we import it into Blender, we can create a 2D parametric smart object from our original image and from our curve. And we can create a 3D parametric smart object as well. So we'll show you how to do that using Inkscape, which again is free software. We'll then show you how to create a happy emoji face using 2D curves. Okay, so we're going to create this object here, and essentially this is a parametric smart object on the outside, just a simple cylinder in this case, or circle in this case, and a couple of three parametric smart objects on the inside. And by joining 2D curves together, you can punch a hole through objects, a little bit like engraving. So we'll show you how you can create your own emoji face. And in the asset library, there's lots of emoji faces, and you can have a go at doing some other ones yourself. Then what we'll do is we'll show you how to actually take your parametric smart object and add a hole or a ring to it so that you can put a chain through. In other words, turn your parametric smart object into a piece of jewellery. Okay, so the dove, this is the dove that you will create in one of the earlier lessons. By punching a hole through it, you can then turn this into a piece of jewellery, because you can then join it to a charm bracelet or put a chain through it and have it as a pendant. And the same thing for a 3D parametric smart object. So we add the ring here slightly differently to the 2D parametric smart object as we do to the 3D one, slightly different. But we'll show you how to do that. Then we'll show you how you can create an engraved pendant using your own simple parametric smart object. And in this instance, we're going to use the dove. So we're going to create this disc and then use the dove as the parametric smart object. And the difference between this and the ones previously is we're not going to punch the hole all the way through. We're only going to go halfway through the object here. So that's a slightly different approach. So we're going to create this dove pendant where it's only engraved halfway through the disc. And then we're going to show you how to create an Enneper Curve necklace using the array command. It looks incredibly complicated. We'll show you how you can actually create something like this literally in minutes. Just a few minutes by using a 3D smart object called an Enneper Curve. And what we're going to do is use what's called the array command, which just means that we're going to replicate the pattern. And that's all this is. There's one simple pattern here that's replicated across 4 times and up twice. And then a couple of rings added to the end. Unbelievably simple to produce that, I promise you. Then we're going to create the Enneper Curve. And we saw that a few minutes ago when I showed you NetFab Basics. So I'm going to show you how you can create these Enneper Curve earrings using the array command and rotating objects. Then we're going to show you how to create a tapered earring using proportional editing. So we're going to show you how you can create these earrings. Now they're tapered, in other words, at the top they're much thinner than they are at the bottom. So we're going to start off with a parametric smart object, in this case just the capital letter A. Now it could be your initials if you're called, if your initials are B or C or D. We'll show you how you can create a tapered object and create some font earrings. And you're not limited just the English language. Here are in Korean, Russian, Arabic, Hindi, and some of these fonts are on the system. We're then also going to show you how you can create a personalised necklace using proportional editing. And I'm assuming that somebody's called Alison. So what we're going to do is to show you how you can create this necklace here. We're going to do this one in the top left-hand corner, but as you can see, the others are quite similar to it. So we'll show you how to use proportional editing to distort it like this and to make it look good, basically, or aesthetically pleasing. Then we're going to show you a couple of lessons using Jewelcraft. So we're going to show you how you can add a single gem to a font using the cutter tool in Jewelcraft. So these are some fonts, in fact. This is a Korean font down here. This over here is Harrington font. So this is actually the letter C of the alphabet. And there's some Saudi fonts, Hindi fonts. And what we've done is we've just created a little cylinder at the bottom with a hole in it, which will take a 5mm cubic zirconia or a diamond gem. I would suggest you do cubic zirconia to start off with, and we're going to suggest that in this instance you're going to glue it into it. So we'll show you how you can create this using Jewelcraft. And in the panel at the top here, I've actually printed off the Harrington font, this one, in plastic, and then put a little cubic zirconia in it. So I mean the total cost of actually making this earring is about 12 or 13 pence in English money. Maybe 20 cents in US dollars, in plastic, that is. We're then going to show you how you can create a personalised font with a gem in it using the prong tool and the cutter tool in Jewelcraft. So a little bit similar to before. This is the same Korean font we would have done in the previous one. The only difference is we're going to put in some prongs, that's these grey bits here, and assume that the jewel that you're going to push in, you're going to fit, is you push it into between the prongs. So we don't use glue to push it to join the gem to the font. We're going to push it in. So that's in Jewelcraft. And then the last one we're going to do is to show you how you can add a string of gems to a 3D heart curve object. So we're going to use this parametric smart object here, which is a heart, and we're going to show you how you can add multiple gems and punch holes through it so that the gems will fit into it. So that's essentially it. That's what you're going to be doing on this course, and you're going to do it all in Blender 2.9, which you can download free from the internet. So that's it for this introduction video. Hope you enjoy the course.